Here you are, sitting in a job interview you've been anxiously preparing for, sweating through these questions, trying to prove why they should hire you, only to get hired, and now you're doing 3 jobs at once, your boss doesn't help you at all, and the work culture feels like high school all over again. Wouldn't you have wished you asked them some tough questions too? Job interviews should be a two-way street. We should start interviewing these employers too. All of us will interview for a job at some point, and by knowing what questions to ask, we can maybe spot the red flags before we get settled in. As someone at my previous job who had an enormous workload and managers who were clueless about the day-to-day responsibilities, I wish I would have asked them more specific questions in my interview instead of just a general one because I know that they want you to ask them a question. So first, I'll explain why we need to ask questions about workload and burnout. Second, I'll talk to you about to assess if your manager understands your role. And finally, I'll tell you about how workplace culture can make or break how satisfied you are at work. Now that we know what we'll talk about, let's start with one of the biggest reasons why employees quit jobs today. Burnout. According to a 2024 survey by Eagle Hill Consulting, 45% of the U.S. workforce reports burnout. LinkedIn defines burnout in 2022 as a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. Why does this happen? Many companies cut costs by giving the work of multiple employees to just one person, leading to exhaustion and high turnover rates. Asking employers during your interview what are the realistic day-to-day expectations for this role may help reveal if they expect you to juggle 3 jobs at once. Burnout isn't the only issue. Let's talk about another problem. Too often, managers preach teamwork and productivity, but yet have no idea what the day-to-day responsibilities are for their employees, leaving employees feeling unsupported. Research from Mazzetti and Schaffelli in 2022 found that employees are more engaged when they have managers who understand the day-to-day aspects of the team's work and are able to provide hands-on support. Asking questions like, how often do you jump in and help with the task this role handles? Or what does management do when the workload gets overwhelming for the team may help reveal a lot about their leadership style. And that's just the managers. What about the rest of the team? Issues like favoritism, cliques, and mean girl culture can destroy morale and make even the best employees leave. According to an article by MacArthur in Forbes 2024, mean girl culture refers to environments where exclusion, gossip, and cliquish behavior dominate, creating hostility and psychological stress. A study by Sull and Zweig in the MIT Management Review in 2019 shows that work culture is the strongest predictor of whether employees stay, even overpay your benefits. In the interview, you could ask something like, hey, how does the team promote a welcoming and supportive community? Or can you give an example of how conflicts are handled here? May reveal hidden problems. Work culture was the final piece of the puzzle, so now let's put these pieces together. We have looked at 3 reasons to interview your employer: to avoid burnout from impossible workloads, to make sure management understands and supports your role, and to try and spot workplace culture before it's too late. Job interviews, again, it should be a two-way street. We should start interviewing these employers too. So I challenge you, the next time you're in an interview, don't just answer their questions. Prepare your own. Make sure the company is a good fit for you too. At the end of the day, you will be at work more than you will with your own family. You're not just interviewing for a job, you're